You know where you're at. Fresh and funky. Live in the motherfucking building. Live in the motherfucking flesh. We are here on a motherfucking Friday. It is the 29th of July. Almost the end of July, going into August. The hot August nights. And the NFL streets will return. And so will the college tailgating. You're going to see the, college football atmosphere going to light up here in the next month or so. So we're getting to the most exciting. And then those for people that love Madden, or I should say love to suck the dick of Madden, and just, whether you charge your credit card and buy all the players, or whether you spend all your worthless hours grinding stupid solos just to make a 99 team, just so you can go and do it every fucking year. Now, I mean, hey, who's more dumber, the person that just swiping the card, or the motherfucking idiot that's wasting all his time? I don't know. They're both idiots, but one is probably worse than the other. I would say, wasting your money isn't as bad as wasting your time. I would say, for me, I can't get that time back. For me, I could get money back, and eventually whatever, but in time you can't and go back and try to get that time that you lost, those 80 hours or that whatever hours you have to spend, fucking your life up. You can't go back and rewind and get that back and add it to your life. Like, that just there's no that's no way, no way, no how. But try to debunk the theory of time travel, I guess, is what we're going on here today on Friday. It's Freaky Friday, so you know the games don't start till a little bit later, so we want to get up on here early, get up on here, smoke, chill, talk about the games. Well, first of all, we'll talk about what happened last night here. Let's go. Let's review the day before here. Okay, we had parlay number one. It was MLB strictly. So we took the first 7 games yesterday, and we started with the first. We took the team total under 9 runs in the Marlins and the Reds was plus 100. That did not happen to cash, ladies and gentlemen. That did not happen to cash. Then we had the Orioles to win by a run and a half plus 160. The Orioles ended up blanking the Rays 3-0. Pirates, we had Pirates plus the 1.5. They were getting smoked, but they ended up losing 8-7. So we did cash on that one, minus 105. We also had the team total under 8.5 runs between the Royals and Yankees. Yankees walked it off with an Aaron Judge home run. So that cashed. We had the Blue Jays minus the 1.5 on the spread here, and the Blue Jays covered that. They won, I think it was 5-3. We had the Mariners on the money line plus 120. The Mariners lost 4-2. And then we had the Boston Red Sox money line plus 100, even money. Boston Red Sox ended up finally winning one against the Cleveland Guardians. So out of that parlay, we only lost the Marlins under 9 runs and the Mariners minus and Mariners. Mariners money line. Mariners money line and the under 9 runs in the Marlins and Reds. So we went 5-2 in the first parlay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. All right. So we go to parlay number 2, where we had the WNBA. There was 4 WNBA games last night, so we paired that up with the last 3 games of the evening for the MLB. So we had the Minnesota Lynx money line plus 105. The Lynx ended up winning. We had the Storm money line plus 140. The Storm lost by 5. We had the team total over 157.5 between the Mystics and the Wings. It went to 164, so we cashed there. And we had the Mercury minus 5, and they won by 10 against the Sparks. So we went 3-1 in WNBA right there. So the Storm killed the parlay. Then we had the team total under 12 runs in the Dodgers and the Rockies. Dodgers had 13 runs by themselves, and Rockies had 0. So that killed that one. And we had the Angels. We thought Shohei Ohtani was going to pitch well. He did, but then he happened to give up a couple runs that basically lost them the game. And then we had the under 8 runs in the Cubs and Giants. Cubs tried to come back here. They were down 4-0. Then my man Patrick Wisdom came in through some wisdom, and then they just couldn't score anymore after that. But so we ended up with a 4-3 parlay there. Obviously a 1-3 or 1-2 for the a 1-2 to add to our 5-2. So and since we were 6-4 in our baseball, and we were 3-1 in our WNBA. So with that being said, let's jump into today's games here. We'll run them down, then we'll kind of break them down. And then once we're done breaking them down, and we basically already have my parlay, so I'm gonna be mighty ready for that here. All right, so we have the first game. We have the Orioles and the Reds. Orioles are 50-49 here, 21-29 on the road though, and the Reds are 38-60. Sorry, my bad. They're 22-31 here. And we have the next game. We have the Mets and Marlins. The Mets are 61-37. They're 30-20 away. The Marlins are 47-52, 22-23 at home. So just about 500 below, so I mean, these are big games for the Marlins to try to get closer back to 500 here. But the Mets have been playing well as of late, so it's going to be a tough matchup there. We have the Royals and the Yankees. Royals are 39-60. They're 17-30 on the road, though. Not very good there. The Yankees are 67-33, 38-12 at home. So got Garrett Cole pitching tonight here. So we have the Phillies and the Pirates, the Battle of Pittsburgh. Phillies won game 1. Phillies are 52-47. 26-22 on the road. They are. Pirates are 40-59, 21-26 at home. So then we have the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Washington Nationals. Cardinals are 52-47, 23-27 on the road here. The Nats are 34-66 and 15-36 at home. So they don't have an outstanding record. That's for sure. The Tigers are 40-60. They're 15-33 on the road. Not a very good road record. Blue Jays are 55-44, 32-20 at home. So the Blue Jays play very good at home. They take care of business at home. Let's see. We got the Guardians. They're 50-48, 25-29, taking on the Tampa Bay Rays here, 53-46, 31-18 at home. So Tampa Bay's another team that, it's going to be tough to beat them at home. So it's going to take some stellar performance pitching-wise by Shane Bieber and the Guardians' bats to come alive there. We have the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Red Sox. Brewers are 55-44 with a 29-24 record on the road. Red Sox are 50-50, 25-25 at home. So the Red Sox are at 500 now after that victory yesterday. So maybe they go on a little bit of winning streak here. Bob Woodruff is a great pitcher here, but who knows? Could be some runs given up tonight. We have the Diamondbacks, or I like to call them the Desert Snakes. They are 45-53 with an 18-26 record on the road, taking on the Atlanta Braves here. Braves are 59-41, 33-21 at home. So Braves are another team that plays pretty much lights out at home. It's gonna be hard to win in Atlanta. You got to really You got to really bring that game. That's all I got to say. We have the Oakland Athletics here. They are 38 and 63, 21 and 30 on the road. White Sox are 49 and 49, 21 and 27. So both teams are less than impressive, that's for sure. And the White Sox are probably one of those teams that were favored to compete for the division this year, but expectations have kind of fallen by the wayside. We have the Mariners and we have the Astros. Mariners are 54 and 46 with a 27 and 23 record on the road. Going up against the Astros that are 65 and 35. They're 31 and 14 at home. Another team that just absolutely dominates at home. So Mariners have got to try and definitely sneak one out there. We have the Dodgers and we have the Rockies. Dodgers are 66 and 32, 31 and 17 on the road. I mean, that's impressive to say the least. 31 and 17 means that they don't really lose on the road. And the Rockies are 45 and 55, 29 and 25 here. So that's a battle of the NL West there. We have the AL West here. Texas Rangers taking on the Anaheim Angels here. Texas Rangers come in with a record of 44 wins, 54 losses, 23 and 28 on the road as far as their road record. And the Angels are 42 and 57. They're 22 and 28 at home. Less than desirable season. Mike Trout supposedly has bad back, but he's denying and saying that's not that. The Angels are actually saying they're willing to listen to trades for Shohei Ohtani, so they're willing to trade. I mean, one of the. I mean, Anaheim. I understand you need a better team, but getting rid of Shohei Ohtani is not the way. It's not the way. I would try to somehow. I mean, if you're gonna trade Ohtani, you better be getting back a lot. That's all I gotta say because he's probably one of once in a lifetime, just like how Babe Ruth was. Right? He could pitch, and he also could bat. You know, and that's a pretty important type of player to have. And obviously, if Ohtani gets traded to let's say like a Yankees or somebody like that, I mean, yeah, I mean, good night. We have the Twins taking on the Padres here. The Twins are 52 and 46, 25 and 24, taking on the Padres that are 55 and 45 with a 25 and 21 record here. So an interesting game in San Diego to say the least. Interleague matchup here. The Twins are one of those teams that nobody's really talking about. They're underrated. They're achieving. They're leading their division right now. And the Padres here, they're haven't had the best season that they're still waiting to get Fernando Tatis back here and some other players. And last game and not least, we have the Cubs and the Giants. Cubs are 40 and 58 with a 20 and 26 away record. The San Francisco Giants are 49 and 50 with a 27 and 22 home record. So at least they have a winning home record. That's for sure. So those are your MLB baseball games. Let's run down the WNBA here. We have two games tonight here. We have first starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 Eastern. We have the Las Vegas Aces taking on the Indiana Fever. That game will be on NBA TV, just in case anybody's curious to watch that game. Just just to move some clarity in this game, the Aces are the better team. The Fever fired the coach midway in the season, and hope for the best that the girls from Indiana can at least make it somewhat of a game. But otherwise, it's a done deal. We have the New York Liberty taking on the Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky recently lost to the Las Vegas Aces at home. So, I don't know. Do they take two losses in a row here, especially to a New York Liberty team? That game will be on CBS Sportsnet here at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And so that's basically your ins and outs of sports there here. But we got some NFL news here, news and notes here. All right, so we got Thursday night action in football coming. So next week, Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, we have the game is going to be on NBC, the Hall of Fame game here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders here. All right, so let's see here. We got let's see. All right, so and oh man, some is here. Defensive end Ryan Kerrigan is signed back with the Commanders, but he has retired. He's announced his retirement. Along with Bronco Raven Derek Wolf, he is retired. He has announced his retirement. Along with Anthony Anthony Gladney Golden has retired. KJ Wright has retired. All right, then the Bucks here. Oh, he's set to miss months here with a knee injury here. Ryan Jensen suffered a knee injury, so that's going to be very significant for the Bucks here as going forward into the season. And Ryan missing Ryan Jensen and have to get him focused is going to be a tall task at hand here. All right, Chase Young, he had an ACL. He had an ACL tear last year, so he's gonna probably miss the opening. So he probably won't. We won't see Chase Young week 1 here in the NFL here. Probably definitely see him week 2 or 3 and beyond. So how does that bode for the Commanders defense? Patrick Mahomes says that he's saying that black quarterbacks are subject to specific criticism. And I'm not trying to get into black or white race questions or this or that type of, because it's a question they probably should just say, hey, you know, as as a quarterback, I'm tired of these stereotypical questions. I'm tired of, oh well, we face this criticism because of that. You know, we should be earning the merit of being a quarterback based on because we could play that position and people believe in us to be able to lead a team in that position. No matter what your whatever your ethnic background is, your culture, whatever. If you're able and you're a leader and you lead by example, you'll be a leader of men. You shouldn't have to tell people that you're a leader of men. It should just be something that it's naturally, that's naturally, gifted. That's why there's good leaders and there's bad leaders, because the good leaders know how to lead and the bad leaders don't know how to lead. And it shows. I mean, it just shows. I mean, it doesn't matter what your what side of the coin you believe on here, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that discussion there. JJ Watt is not a fan of the bobblehead guardian cap. I don't know. Jaguars cut kicker that hit bystander with an arid field goal. So the Jaguars signed Elliott Fry and they cut Andrew Mevis. So Mevis. Mevis. Oh man, so I guess the real life Beavis and Butthead, Beavis I mean Mevis, Andrew Mevis kicked an arid a really bad field goal attempt and hit a bystander. I don't know. It didn't kill the bystander, but definitely should have made the blooper reels, that's for sure. 49ers Eric Armstead here is out. He's going to be out a few weeks here with a knee sprain, so another player that's is hurt, and we haven't even started the season yet. Eagles Gardner Minshew lived offseason in an old prison bus. Focus on Super Bowl or bust here. Oh yeah, that's right, Gardner Minshew. Well, people don't realize Gardner Minshew, and they have Jalen Hurts now. Gardner Minshew, man, he was the man. It was Minshew mania down there in Jaguar, Jaguar County out there, Broward County Jaguar, But he's an eagle now, so he's flying like an eagle. So he's trying to strut his feathers like a peacock more than an eagle. Eh, but we'll see. I mean, because if something happens with Jalen Hurts, does the Eagles, do you buy or sell Eagles under center? Who do you buy more, Jalen Hurts or Gardner Minshew? I'll tell you right now, my opinion, I would buy into Gardner Minshew. I just not trying to knock Jalen Hurts. I had him in fantasy last year. He certainly helped me, but there were some games that he did hurt me. It just he has to take it to the next level, and I have not seen that next level in Jalen Hurts yet. Not saying that it won't happen, but if he doesn't do this, do they say, hey man, we got to sit you now, and we're gonna put Garner in? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go down, or if it does go down, to say the least. But I think that personally, honestly, I think Garner, gives him the better chance. He's a better competitor. He's the guy that he can move the ball up and down the field. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, does Garner Minshew make mistakes? Yes, he does. But to me, he fits more of the part than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts can run and make things happen with his legs, so it makes it a lot harder because then you got to keep him in the pocket. But I mean, that's probably the best thing to do is just make sure you keep him in the pocket, force him to throw a bad pass, and boom. That's what last year was the formula to beat Jalen Hurts. But and then another news yesterday was Kyler Murray. He had some sort of independent study clause in his contract, and he's like, people are upset about that. I don't care. But the guy's making a certain amount of money. Why does he need independent study clause in his thing where they're going to pay for his study while he can't pay for his own? I mean, how many other NFL players that got that put in their clause that, hey, I'm going to be able to go back and finish my degree? And then, Kyler Murray just takes shots that, oh, well, everybody wants to take shots at me and doing this, and, I'm a real leader, and, everybody thinks that I'm not a leader, and, this is how Kyler Murray talks, you know what I'm saying? That's how I talk, I'm Kyler Murray. I'm the first black Asian quarterback in NFL, and, nobody respects me, and I just want to get respected, I am a leader. No, you aren't. Sorry, sir. Kyler Murray, you're not a leader. If you were a leader, man, you would have took the Cardinals into the playoffs this year. Even though fucking DeAndre Hopkins was out, you would have went in there and you would have been doing all you can. From what I saw from Kyler Murray in his first playoff game was I saw a very bad quarterback. He just looked like he was not ready. He was not ready for it. And unless he's gonna, he's gonna turn into fucking Randall Cunningham or something, or even a smaller version of, smaller fast version of Dante Culpepper. I'm just not. I'm not buying. I'm not buying you, Kyler. I'm not buying that you're a leader. Not saying that you can't be, but I'm saying you're not right now. You're out here going about social media and you're doing this and that shit. You took your Cardinals thing off, and it just, I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why these guys just want to get up here, and it's like, oh well, I don't make it up enough money. Dude, you know how many people you in this world that you make more money than? And it's just an insult for you to say, well, that's not enough money. I need more money. When there's people here out here in the streets that have been starving and shit. And this is what I say. If these athletes really gave a fuck, do you think they would actually, asking for so much of this money and so much of this and that when they know people in their own communities that come out and watch these games are being affected, and ultimately they're the people that are buying the product and basically making sure that the NFL stays a $7 billion fucking product. But see, that doesn't get spoken anywhere. That doesn't get stated anywhere. It's just like, oh well, poor players, they get beat up and they get used and all that. Well, that's their problem. They want to play the game, but then you want to keep them all safe, and then I mean, it's like life. Everybody wants to live life, but everybody wants to have safety things and where they don't get fucked up in life. Well, that's unfortunately the thing in life that makes or breaks a person. Going through adversity. See, if we didn't face adversity, we wouldn't be able to be the people we are. We wouldn't overcome things. We wouldn't be able to. We'd still be a shell of who we are. And to some spots, we are, because we want to have fairness and equal opportunity, and everybody should, as long as you participate. That's not what competition's about. Competition, there's winners and there's fucking losers. There's people that if you're doing what you do, you rise to the top. If you're not doing what you're doing, you got to get the fuck out. But I don't know. It seems like we have kind of forgotten that, or we're in the upside down fucking world, or that we're in some other fucking universe, or people just fucking lost their fucking ebb minds. But like I said, I go off on my rants, I go off my raves, and I just nobody cares because everybody has the same piss ass fucking answer. Whoa, oh, yeah, yeah. Miss me with that dumb shit, please. But we're gonna get into the games. We're gonna break them down, tell you who I picked and why I picked them. So, all right, we'll start off with the MLB first. We have the Mets taking on the Marlins. We have Chris Bassett taking on Sandy Alcantara here. Obviously, the Mets are the favorite to win by a run and a half. The Marlins are plus 100 even money on the money line, and the over under is 6.5 plus 100 even money over the 6.5. My take here is the Mets are playing really well. Marlins have kind of had to come back yesterday. They haven't played their best baseball. They're coming back home. Sandy Alcantara is a really solid pitcher, and he's pitching at home. But so is Chris Bassett. So I mean, I think it's going to be a tough game. I wouldn't say there's going to be a crap ton of like runs unless somebody gets tattooed. But for me, I went and I leaned on the over 6.5. I just think 7 runs definitely could probably be the target here that I'm looking at here. Like maybe maybe the starters maybe give up a run or two, and then I don't know maybe the somewhere along the line the relievers give up another 2 runs or something like that. So that's what I'm thinking about this game. I mean, the Mets are really good right now, but Marlins and Marlins play well, and Alcantara, Sandy Alcantara here, he's a solid pitcher, and as long as he has the bats behind him, I think the Marlins have a good chance to win. As long as they can shut down the Mets bats and can get some hits off of Bassett. All right, we have the next game here. We have Kyle Bradish and Matt Miner or Mike Miner, one of the two. But really, the Baltimore they haven't really decided. They're saying that's going to be Kyle Bradish, but we don't really know. And so they are the favorites on the spread on the run line here tonight here, plus 125, and the Reds are plus 105 here, and the over under is 10 runs here, minus 105 for the over 10 runs. I mean maybe if you don't know who the pitcher are and the pitcher isn't very good, and then they, get to the middle reliever, get to the bullpen early. But Miner's not very good either. He's 1-7 with a 6.55 ERA, and if Kyle Bradish is pitching, he's 1-4 with a 7.38. So yeah, that's why I kind of see, you know, that's why I kind of see the, it's like you kind of see why they're going up with the over 10 here. But I, I think when I was taking this game here, I was going, back and forth, like who am I to take? Who am I to take here? You know, I didn't take anyone on this first bet. I didn't put it on the first bet because I couldn't bet it. But in my out of your mind bet here, I did take the Reds here at home. I just think the Reds, they're playing really good at home right now. Orioles are Orioles are playing well as well. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting game to say the least. I mean, interesting to see who the Orioles throw out there as a pitcher, but see if the Reds can actually, because the Reds have been playing really fired up baseball here, especially against the Marlins. They were. Then we have the St. Louis Cardinals and the Washington Nationals. We have Mike Malakis against Anibal Sanchez or Anthony Sanchez or whoever. Um, for me, I took the Cardinals here. I took the Cardinals minus 105 for them to win by a run and a half. Nationals have played well against the Dodgers. I'm gonna say that they start playing better baseball. But I don't know. I'm just thinking the Cardinals here. I think they're just gonna play inspired baseball, especially knowing back home in St. Louis, a lot of people being affected by the floods. Along with Kentucky, we said our prayers to those people out there. Same thing with Vegas. There was some flash flooding going on out there, and some in other parts, probably Texas and Kansas, and a lot of other parts of the United States right now. If it's not flooding, if it's not some of that, whether it's the wildfires and it's just not in the United States. It's all over the world, whether it's earthquakes, volcanoes, famines, or economical crisis, or hey, we're all feeling it. So I went with the Cardinals on the run line. I just think that they're the better team here, and they should be able to at least win by a run and a half, at least by 2 runs. But you never know. Stranger things do happen. And we had the Phillies. We had the Phillies and the Pirates. And our first bet here. Our first bet we took the Pirates here. We took the Pirates over the Phillies. I mean, last night the Phillies won. They were up pretty good by a pretty good number, but the Pirates came back and lost 8-7. So I'm gonna ride that here tonight with the pitcher of Quintana. He was on my fantasy baseball team. I do like him a lot. He just doesn't get the run support. He'll pitch a good game, but then the runs just don't come in, and that's kind of dictates why his record is the way it is, and that's why he doesn't really have he doesn't have a 4 or 5 or 6 ERA, but he's got a 3 point something ERA. So, and Flattery, I don't know. I'm not a. It's not a Phillies pitcher that I'm like, all right, hey man, yeah. Then we go out and just even though the Phillies do play well, I'll say that, especially against the Pirates. But we lean with the Pirates here. Plus, well, it's plus 100 now. We got it at plus 105. So then we have the Royals and the Yankees here. The Royals and the Yankees. I took the plus the run with the Royals here tonight. I mean, even though that should have been that would have been a good bet. That would have been a payout bet yesterday. I had the under 8.5 yesterday, so they want you to take the over 8.5 today. Uh, my first bet, I said, I mean, maybe the Royals will play good enough to at least cover and lose again like they did to the Yankees. But they got Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is a solid pitcher at home. Who knows if he could pitch in to the 6th or 7th inning here, and then maybe let Clay Holmes you know shut it down here, and they get another close win here. I don't know here, but that's my first bet. I lean with the Royals on the plus to cover the run and a half here, plus 155 here. It actually went up to 160 now, so it actually went up plus 5 here. Then the next game we have Tigers versus Blue Jays. We have Alex Manoah, the All-Star for the Blue Jays, their best pitcher, young All-Star pitcher, going up against Garcia's getting his first MLB action of the season here. So I'm crazy. I'm going with the Tigers on the money line, plus 300. I mean, it's a big one. But I cashed with the plus 215 money line with the Cardinals when they didn't have their players against the Blue Jays. So even though Blue Jays are playing a hell of a good, they're playing really good baseball right now. It's gonna be hard to beat them. But maybe, just maybe, this young kid gets his first W here today, and the Tigers get the bats and try to help him out. But it's gonna be tough, that's for sure. Same thing with the Royals. If the Royals are trying to get, and then we have the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. We got Shane Bieber taking on Jeffrey Springs. I mean, you have two good. I mean, Bieber has been he has 4-6 record. It hasn't been the best win-loss record for him this year. But he's one of those vet pitchers that former Cy Young winner. But the Rays play tough at home, so it's going to be tough for them to win here. But our first bet we're taking the Guardians here, money line here. So our first bet we have the team total over 6.5 runs and the Mets and Marlins plus 100. Cardinals to win by a run and a half, so they got to win by 2 runs, minus 110. Pirates money line plus 105. Royals to lose by a run and a half is plus 155. The Tigers money line plus 300 and the Guardians money line minus 105. That, my friends, first bet will come to the dollar will turn into $154.87. All right. And shall we move on? Oh, to the Red Sox and the Brewers here. Uh, I didn't get to bet this one in the first or the second, so I put this in a wild parlay. I made a wild and crazy parlay, which I'll tell you guys once we go go through after we go through the second one here. But I leaned here. I leaned the Red Sox here on the money line again, plus 140. They covered for me yesterday. I'm riding them again here. I don't know nothing about this Austin Davis kid or whatever. That's even his name, Austin Aaron. Yeah, it's just Brewers. Brewers are a good team. I'm just not sold on them as being a road team. Woodruff here. I think maybe the Red Sox could probably start something here, and they need to get. They're barely at 500. They need to continue to get over that hump if they want to go compete in the playoffs, which is probably a far away expectation at this moment. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks, or I like to call them the Desert Snakes, taking on the Atlanta Braves. We have Madison Bumgarner taking on Kyle Wright. Now, I was somebody that basically. Well, it looks like we stayed. It looks like we stayed away from this game here. We kind of stayed away from this game, but I was leaning more towards the Arizona Diamondbacks to cover the plus 1.5 here. To be honest with you, I mean it might be over 9, but I don't know. I don't like that here. A safe bet would definitely be taking the Braves to win money line. I mean it's minus 220, but guess what? It's probably the safest bet to do it. But for me, I like the Diamondbacks plus the run and a half. I think Bumgarner's pitching well. The Diamondbacks their bats are coming alive a little bit more now. So I don't like them going against Kyle Wright, but who knows? Kyle Wright could give up a run or two, or maybe who knows. Then we have the Athletics versus the White Sox here. Um, I lean the under eight runs here. I just the A's I don't like on the road. White Sox they're good at home, but do I trust them to win by a run and a half? No, they got Lance Lynn pitching, and I just don't. I'm not a buyer of Lance Lynn, and I could have took Chicago White Sox on the money line, but no. Could have took the A's plus the one. Didn't want to take the A's on the plus 165, but definitely took the under 8 in that game. We have the Seattle Mariners and the Astros. I mean, I don't like it, but I took the under 7 runs. Well, now it's under 7.5 now. I like that because Verlander's pitching, and generally Verlander pitches. The Astros play well, and Astros play well. But the Mariners, they've been pesky, and they showed that they were not going to go away, and they're going to compete, and I believe right now the Mariners look like they're definitely going to be a playoff team here. They can get stronger down the stretch. I think they'll definitely solidify that. All right, next game we have the Dodgers taking on the Rockies. Dodgers shut out the Rockies yesterday, 13-0 here. I went the under I went the under 12 runs, and I got skunked. I got beat by one. Went over by one yesterday. I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under here in this Dodgers and Rockies. I'm just a buyer that it's not going to. I mean, Dodgers got really. I mean, Dodgers got really lucky, and they tattooed Urias for like 5-6 runs early, and then they were able to get more runs later on as well. So, and basically, the Rockies Field is a hitter's ballpark. So, obviously, there's gonna be runs to be had there. Then we have the Rangers and the Angels here. I took the Rangers here. I just think the Rangers are. I think the Rangers are the better team, but we did not put that in the parlay here. I think the Rangers are the better team right now here than the Angels. Angels are talking about trading guys, and Trout's not there, and I'm just not sold on the Angels here. I like Martin. I like Martin Perez. He's a good hell of a good pitcher, pitching well this year, and his teammates responding when he's pitching. So then we have the Twins and the Padres. Let's see. So it looks like we skipped this game as well. I mean, for me, I wouldn't mind taking the Twins on the money line. I wouldn't. I just don't know about them on the road here. And the Padres tend to play a lot better at home, and the Twins, sometimes they play well on the road. Sometimes they kind of just, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and under 7.5 runs. You got Blake Snell and you got John Ryan, two decent starting pitchers, but that's saying that they don't get, one of them doesn't get lit up or gives up a run or error to start. So, and then last but not least, we have the Cubs and the Giants. I'm the person that I ended up taking the under seven or the over 7.5 runs here in that. So we took the we're taking the over 7.5 runs. So we're saying that there's going to be 8 runs here. But the Stroman and Cobb. I mean, Cobb's gotten a little knocked up and roughed up, and same thing with Stroman. So I mean, there was 6 runs last night. So I think both teams continue to have the bats, continue to work for them a little bit, and the pitching just doesn't. I think bodes well for it over here. And so that's basically our leans for the MLB. Then we have WNBA odds here. And we have the Aces and the Fever. The Aces are favored to win by 14. Obviously, the Indiana Fever plus 885 because they're really a major underdog. Major underdog alert. And the over-under is 175.5. And then we have the New York Liberty taking on the Sky. Sky is favored to win by 9. The Liberty's plus 350. Well, when we bet it was plus 420. So, and then the over/under is 166. So we made 2 bets in the WNBA tonight. I took the under 175.5 between the Aces and the Fever, and then I also took the Liberty minus 420. I mean, I know it's not going to happen, and then now it's down to plus 350, but so our second parlay, we have the under 8 runs in the A's and White Sox plus even money. We have the under 7 runs in the Mariners and Astros plus 105. We have the team total under 11.5 runs between the Dodgers and Rockies minus 110. We have the over 7.5 runs in the Cubs and Giants minus 105. We have the team total under 175.5 between the Aces and Fever minus 110. And then the Liberty money line plus 420. All right, so now we have our I call it the out of your mind. The out of your mind parlay here, where we took the biggest upsets and the highest underdogs today and lumped them all together here. And this is what we came up with. This is the MLB and also WNBA parlay. We took the Red Sox money line plus 140. We took the Tigers money line plus 300. We took the Royals money line plus 300. We took the Reds money line plus 105. We took the Indiana Fever plus 885, and we took the Liberty money line plus 420. So if those 6 teams cover, that dollar will turn from $1 to four grand, $31.04. So this is basically the out of your mind, because nobody in their right mind would take these 6 teams and lump them all in a parlay and put it. You put a dollar bet here. I mean, you're only going to lose $1 here. If you put 10, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's out of your mind, and that's why I made it my third bet. You're out of your mind pick. To where, I'm out of my damn mind for picking those teams here. So we're about an hour away from actual baseball here. So I definitely wanted to get on here a little bit later because the game started a little bit later. And, Friday. And, just get on here and talk about the parlays here. Talk about the bets here. Talk a little bit about sports, some of the news and notes that we need to know about, or people need to know about. If they do or they don't. Like I said, people don't come to my channel to get news and notes, and it's not why I do this. I don't do this because I want everybody to come to my channel. I don't stream because I want 1,000 million people to come watch me. I do this because I love to do it, and I'll do it if nobody watches me or not, just because that's what I like to do. And it's a passion of mine. That's what I want to give people. I want to give people a piece of me. This is what I am. I'm me. You're getting all me. This is not fake. You're not getting some fucking surreal fake motherfucker that's gonna tell you bullshit, and I'm gonna bet crazy bets, and that's just how I am. I mean, I can sit here and tell you like just bet these teams, bet that team, but it's not. No, I like to. I'm an underdog. I'm an underdog. I'll always be an underdog. I always have the underdog attitude, so I'll back the dog. I am the dog. I'm the little dog in the fight that always has a chip on his shoulder, and always will. And if people got a fucking problem with that, well, you can deal with that shit. Because I'm the little fucking dog that I'll latch onto your fucking bitch ass, and I'll bite your fucking ass, and I won't let go. I don't care how big and strong you are, how fucking crazy, evil, wicked, whatever I will fight you, and I'll make sure you understand you don't want to get in the ring with this dog right here. Like DMX, man. Rest in peace of DMX, But yeah, that's what we do, we're gonna get out here and watch some we got baseball coming on in an hour here, so I mean, let's take a hit here for all those that can't be here with us to celebrate another weekend and a Friday, that we're still here. Lord willing, we'll still be here later on and be able to continue to do this, and and have the blessings and be able to do it. And like I said, I can come up on here, shoot smoke up everyone's ass, and put on a pretty face, and put on characters, and bring on whoever, and this and that, and be an idiot too. But you know what? That's what makes a leader. A leader goes against the grain. Woo-wee. Smoking that lemon lava over here. All right, we take off yesterday's bets now. As we already discussed them here with y'all. That way we only have our bets up here. All right, so that way we can. All right, like I said, I always like to go over the bets again to let everybody know this is what we're rolling with here. Now, obviously, out of your mind bet here is you know. All right. So our first bet. Let's go over it again. We took the team total over the 6.5 runs in the Mets and Marlins. Okay, that game starts at 3:40 West Coast time, 6:40 East Coast time. I'm doing this shit for you guys, and you could go back all the way. See from 6, then you can go to 5, you can go to 4, and you can go to 3, and then you go to 2 if you're out in Hawaii. Yeah, and if you're somewhere else, well, you go do the math. Then we took the Cardinals here to win by a run and a half, minus 110. Took the Pirates money line, plus 105. You know, that's another one we doubled down on here. Oh no, we didn't double down on that one. And then we took the Royals plus the run and a half. We took the Tigers money line plus 300 and our first bet and our out of our mind bet. Probably the biggest. Yes, it is the biggest in my first bet here. The biggest plus. I just, a lot of times, guys, major league debuts pitching wise aren't, as flounderous is a guy making like a batting, a batter making his first. A lot of the guys making their first MLB appearances batting wise have made home runs, gotten RBIs, have gotten hits, have done significantly well. But some of these guys that have had their first starts this year have not done well. Obviously, the pitcher from the Red Sox, Bello, he didn't do very well. Hunter Green hasn't done very well. I mean, there's a lot of these other guys that have come out and pitched, but have not had a really good, you know, results because of that. So, and then plus you're playing on the road and you're playing against a team that they're throwing their best ace at you, and they're Blue Jays are playing really good baseball. So it's going to be tough for the Tigers to get an upset tonight, unless they're just like I said, they're just on fire and they're on their game. And Toronto's just they just can't do anything. Then we took the Guardians money line minus 105. So those six bets right there, cash. Our dollar will turn into $154.87. Then we have our second parlay, which we added in the 2 WNBA games. We took the under 8 runs, and if you know something about me, I'm an under guy. I'm an under guy to the heart. I don't like the over unless I just believe the two teams it's too low of a number, and it'll go higher. That's when I like to take the overs. So I'm a big time under guy, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, you name it. I'll take the under. So team total under 8 runs in this A's and the White Sox plus 100. Then we have the team total under 7 runs in the Mariners and the Astros plus 105. We have the under team total 100 under 11 and a half runs in the Dodgers and the Rockies minus 110. We have the over 7.5 runs in the Cubs and Giants. We have the team total under 175.5 between the Aces and the Fever. And then the Liberty money line plus 420. So if those six teams cover their leg of the parlay, our dollar will turn into $150.71. And then we got the out of your mind parlay, which has the WNBA 2 games and just the big numbers, the big numbers of the. So I put the Red Sox money line because I didn't get to bet them earlier. Same thing with the Reds. Those are the two low ones on there. Red Sox money line is plus 140. Reds money line is plus 105. Then we have the Tigers money line plus 300. Royals money line plus 300. I don't think that's going to happen. The Fever, the Indiana Fever to win is plus 885. They're probably not going to win at all and not have a chance to. I mean, that'd be a shocker. And then the Liberty to beat the Sky, that would also be another shocker if Liberty ended up pulling that one out here. Plus 420. And like I said, if those six legs cover, our dollar will turn from $1 to $4,000 and 31 $4,031 and 4 cents. I mean, talk about a fucking killer parlay. If that happens, I mean, talk about a lottery ticket parlay. That's the one. That's the one right there. All right, it's almost 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna relax here. Get ready to watch some of these games. Get hyped up. I gotta get pumped up. Gotta get myself going. It's a Friday night here. We like to do our thing here, and I don't know. Me and my sister were trying to bring back Freestyle Fridays and shit, to where we get out there and rock the motherfucking mic and let motherfuckers know that we don't need to get paid to rock the motherfucking mic, and this shit ain't rehearsed. And so yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow here. Obviously tomorrow we'll be back here. We'll figure out if there's any early games. We'll be on here earlier talking about it because we're gonna be barbecuing, and then Sunday I gotta help my dad, and then Monday we're gonna be going fishing with my dad on his birthday, August 1st. So definitely gonna be ready for that. I mean, it'd be awesome if there was somehow I could be able to, if I was able to be able to kind of show some of the stream part of the fishing trip, like we're out there, but I don't know how well the reception will be and how. I mean, last time I wasn't able to get on the YouTube. I was able to only get on the Facebook. So unless you know me on Facebook, then yeah. But other than that, hopefully we'll have a chance to win parlays today. If not, um, we'll live to fight another day. If not, stay blessed up. Take care of yourself. Try to enjoy this life. I know it's a fucked up world we live in and bad shit and this and that, but we can't always let that be the focus. We have to understand that, yes, this is the battle we're facing, but it's a battle. It's not going to just go away. This is something we have to, take a lot of time to work on, and but it doesn't seem like we have enough time. We're going to have enough time to do that. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, is it my job to be giving out answers, and nor is it yours to be just to enjoy your life, live it prosperously, try to enjoy it while you can. You only got one life, and when it's gone, you don't get that back. You don't get it back.